Let's just pop on down to get a Papelon. Hello and welcome to Intoxicated Masculinity. If it's Wednesday, we have a cocktail video coming at you. Continuing on with our Venezuelan month, we are doing something that is not actually a cocktail in Venezuela, but I'm going to sort of make it into a cocktail. So there's something called Papelon con Limon, which is basically a lime-based drink, sort of like a limeade, but it uses a kind of sugar called Papelon. Now this is called, I wrote this down so I would not pronounce this incorrectly. In Venezuela, it is called Papelon. In a lot of Central American countries, it is called panela, and in Mexico it is called piloncillo. It's all basically the same thing, and it is basically an unrefined, hardened type of sugarcane product. I'm not entirely sure what the exact production process is, but it's used on a lot of different things. Essentially, the way you make your Papelon con limon is just you melt this into some water, you add lime juice, and I think sometimes lemon juice. There's a few different recipes, and then you have your sort of limeade. And so what I'm going to do is sort of take off from that and make a daiquiri variant on that cocktail. And I think given the flavors of the Papelon, I think it is going to be kind of an interesting kind of a drink. So I think what we're going to do is make that drink and then drink that drink and then see if we like that drink, like we always do. All right, so we've got our ingredients here, and like I said, this is basically just going to be a daiquiri. We're just changing up a couple of ingredients, so we're using our Papelon instead of our simple syrup, which is a very, very unique flavor. It is very, very molassesy, and it's just kind of brings some interesting things to the cocktail. And instead of using a white rum, we are going to use an aged rum. In this case, I'm going to use Diplomatico Mentuano. This is a good, affordable Venezuelan rum, and it's not going to be quite as expensive as your Diplomatico Reserva. But I think honestly, I think this is sippable, and in the cocktail, it's going to work fine. All right, so we're going to start off with our Papelon syrup. The reason I want to start off with this is real thick. Now, what I did, I actually kind of experimented with a few different versions of this. What I ended up on is equal parts. So I used, I think it was about 3 ounces of Papelon, and I used about 3 ounces of water, and just melted that together. I think it might have actually been a little bit heavier on the Papelon than water, so it is a fairly thick syrup. So in this case, we really only need about half an ounce. Half an ounce is going to bring a lot of flavor. And I mean, you could always experiment with going even richer than that. You could try to go 2 to 1. Papelon is kind of an interesting substance to work with because it's not exactly hard. It's a little bit brittle, but it's kind of a strange consistency. And as with any daiquiri, next is going to be our 1 ounce of lime juice. And we're going to finish off 2 ounces of a good Venezuelan aged rum. All right, so we're gonna get some ice in our shaker and shake that up. Alright, and so we're going to go ahead and double strain that into our chilled coupe glass. Unfortunately, I don't have any limes on hand right now. Normally this would be a great garnish here, would just be a fresh lime wedge or lime wheel. And there we have our Papelon daiquiri. It's a really, really good drink. It takes your daiquiri, but it kind of takes it to kind of a more mature kind of place, because you've got your dark rum, and you've also got your Papelon syrup, which is bringing a real heavy kind of molassesy note to it. But I think the lime juice in there is keeping it light. It's still keeping it fairly light. Yeah, this is interesting. So your regular daiquiri is your sit by the pool during the daytime. This is like sit by the pool in the nighttime kind of cocktail. Still very refreshing, very light, but it's got kind of some darker notes. You get some oak tannins from your aged rums, and again a lot of molasses from your syrup. Yeah, I like that one a lot. It's kind of it's daiquiri, but at the same time, kind of the syrup brings a whole new note to it. So I would definitely recommend trying this one out. And on that bombshell, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a good drink, and have a good day. I barely speak English.